Donald Trump has this superpower where he is able to screw up everything, no matter how simple. If it's a photo op, it's going to be a disaster. If it's a political stunt, it's going to backfire. And that is exactly what we saw during an Oval Office press conference today when Donald Trump announced alongside NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell that the NFL draft was coming to D.C. in 2027. Should be easy, right? Couple of photos, couple of handshakes, but no. Donald Trump turned it into a disastrous event, especially because he got in a fight with a Fox reporter, snapping back and forth with him once he was confronted over a recent post. It was a disaster. We're going to get into it all, but before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way, and it really does mean a lot to me. Now, before we can get into that confrontation between Trump and the reporter, I want to show you just how badly this event started. And take a look on the right side of the screen, Mayor Bowser's response to Trump's nonsense.
They came in from the Congo, all over Africa, all over Asia, all over South America, parts of Europe. They flowed in and just walked right into our country. We had no idea who they were. 21 million at least. That's probably a low number. You know, you hear lower numbers than that. It's not. That's a low number. But many are really serious criminals and terrorists and people from jails. They emptied out jails. You know, Venezuela, their crime is down 72% because they took all the criminals off the streets and the gangs and they dumped them into our country. So we're getting them out. It's a very difficult thing with the courts because the courts have all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they said, maybe you have to have trials. We're going to have 5 million trials. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. You wouldn't have a country left. But hopefully the Supreme Court will save it. But what they've done is a very, very serious thing. You know, past presidents took out hundreds of thousands of people.
So Mayor Bowser is just standing there in shock. And you can see her reactions, like her eyes getting big. She's looking around. She's clearly trying not to laugh as Donald Trump just implodes, listing off countries and continents where these, fake insane asylums are being emptied into America, just spouting nonsense. I'm surprised Hannibal Lecter didn't make an appearance in just that brain dump that Donald Trump displayed. Absolute lunacy, and it only continued as Donald Trump's fear-mongering picks up, which is always what we can expect to see when his approval rating sinks as low as it has, with his new announcement about Alcatraz and just a really weird meltdown.
How did you decide to reopen Alcatraz? Can you walk us through that decision?
Did I say what?
To reopen Alcatraz, how will you use it? How did you come up with the idea?
Well, I guess I was supposed to be a movie maker. We started with the movie making, and we'll end. I mean, it represents something very strong, very powerful in terms of law and order. Our country needs law and order. Alcatraz is, I would say, the ultimate, right? Alcatraz, Sing Sing and Alcatraz, the movies. But it's right now a museum, believe it or not. A lot of people go there. It housed the most violent criminals in the world, and nobody ever escaped. One person almost got there, but they, as you know the story, they found his clothing rather badly ripped up. And it was a lot of shark bites, a lot of problems. Nobody's ever escaped from Alcatraz, and just represented something strong having to do with law and order. We need law and order in this country, and so we're going to look at it. Some of the people up here are going to be working very hard on that, and we had a little conversation. I think it's going to be very interesting. We'll see if we can bring it back in large form, add a lot. But I think it represents something. Right now, it's a big hulk that's sitting there rusting and rotting. You look at it, it's sort of, you saw that picture that was put out, it's sort of amazing.
So I wanted to start with those two clips because it really just shows that Donald Trump in this press conference, again, announcing the NFL draft coming to D.C. should be so easy. He's on tilt. He's angry. He's like fired up and vengeful. And so when he was confronted by a Fox reporter, yes, a Fox reporter, the Fox propaganda outlet, over his post displaying himself as the Pope, just so stupid, he got in a fight with her and had this to say.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. President. Some Catholics were not so happy about the image of you looking like the Pope.
Oh, I see. You mean they can't take a joke? You don't mean the Catholics. You mean the fake news media. Not the Catholics loved it. I had nothing to do with it. Somebody made up a picture of me dressed like the Pope, and they put it out on the internet. That's not me that did it. I have no idea where it came from. Maybe it was AI, but I know nothing about it. I just saw it last evening. Actually, my wife thought it was cute. She said, "Isn't that nice?"
My question about
Actually, I would not be able to be married, though. That would be a lot. I'd have to the best of my knowledge, popes aren't big on getting married, are they? Not that we know of, no. I think it's the fake news media that, they're fakers.
My question, though, sir, was about the fact that it was put out on the White House account. Even though it was AI generated, it was a joke, it was a meme. Does it at all diminish the substance of the official White House account to have it go out on that particular channel?
Give me a break. It was just somebody did it in fun. It's fine. Have to have a little fun, don't you? Yeah, please, go ahead.
Donald Trump, for years, has been saying that Democrats are waging a war on Christmas for reasons that are inexplicable. But he decides that he wants to be the Pope, and he's making just weird jokes. They're offensive, but they're also just weird. And now it's totally fine, and it's give me a break. And he's yelling at this Fox reporter. He's like, that's fake news. The reaction was fake news. We read the reaction in your own comments of your own supporters who were pissed off with you, as they are with most of what you're doing right now. It all just shows the idiocy of Donald Trump, and that really couldn't be on display more than when he was talking about his latest tariffs right here.
Can you explain a little bit about how you would implement tariffs on the film industry, kind of how that would work?
Well, that's a different story, but our film industry has been decimated by other countries taking them out, and also by incompetence, like in Los Angeles. The governor is a grossly incompetent man. He's just allowed it to be taken away from, Hollywood. Hollywood doesn't do very much of that business. They have the nice sign and everything's good, but they don't do very much. A lot of it's been taken to other countries, and a big proportion. And I'm actually going to meet with some because, there's some advantages, I guess, and I'm not looking to hurt the industry. I want to help the industry. But they're given financing by other countries. They're given a lot of things. And the industry was decimated. If you look at how little is done in this country now, you think we were the ones. We used to do 100, not long ago, 100%. Now we do almost very little. It's shocking. Are you in that business too? Because he's in so many businesses. You could explain it, but it's not a good situation. So we're going to meet with the industry. I want to make sure they're happy with it because we're all about jobs. That's all what it's very important. It's a big industry, but it's an industry now that's it's really left. It's abandoned the USA where it started.
I don't even understand what the point of any of this is anymore. Aren't tariffs that Donald Trump is imposing because of so-called powers he has to protect our national security supposed to be targeted at preventing, I don't even know, how does the importing of foreign films, it's not going to bring work back. He doesn't understand that. I can't even try to break this down anymore. I can't even try to rationalize anything that's happening. This is just the newest way for Donald Trump to take out his anger. It used to be on Twitter, and boy, do I wish it was on Twitter again. I miss those days when he could just angry tweet someone or about something. Now, if you upset him, he'll put a tariff on you, as a person. I'm sure, that's the next step. He's going to start tariffing people. He's going to be like, Joe Biden, 100% tariff when he leaves Delaware. I don't know. Oh, God, these people are so stupid. And it's not just Trump. It is the entire Republican Party. And Jared Moskowitz just shredded them for that right here.
Thank you to the gentlelady from California. Yeah, so again, these are very simple, straightforward amendments, like the chairman left. I'll do it again. We'll do it quickly. You guys, with no justification, want to spend $250 million on new cars for ICE in a time in which we're telling the American people we have to spend less, in the time when we're telling the American people that we have a $36 trillion deficit. We're going to go buy new cars, probably Teslas. Maybe, I'm not, it's unclear. But $250 million new. I just think $125 million. I'm not zeroing the line item out. There could be a need, but I think $125 million is enough. Again, IT. Okay, so they need new laptops, right? They need new MacBooks. Not a problem. Instead of $700 million on IT, why is $600 million not enough? You provide zero justification on why we need $700 million new network IT computers, modems, flip phones. I have no idea what we're buying. There's no justification. So I say $600 million, that's a lot of money. $600 million is a lot of money to go to the Apple store. It's a lot, okay? And then, again, lawyers. You guys are gonna spend $1.3 billion on lawyers. What is the justification for a $1.3 billion on lawyers? What's wrong? I'm giving you $1 billion. You can't take yes for $1 billion? Hey, like, how many lawyers can you even hire for $1 billion? I don't even know the answer to that. But you want $1.3 billion, no justification why we need to spend that. And again, back to the bonuses. No justification, $858 billion. Why is it 858? 850 wasn't enough? 858 billion on bonuses, okay, for people in ICE. I'm giving you $500 million. We could save $1 billion right now, show the American people we're serious about cutting waste.
Why would we be rewarding people that are going and snatching children, and they are snatching the wrong children half the time, and then the children that they are snatching, they probably shouldn't be snatching them either. And then we got people that are literally busting people's windows out, another reason they need the lawyers. We've got them doing all of that, and literally they're gonna get a bonus that is equivalent to what the lowest paid staffers in the House make. Make that make sense for me, and I'll yield.
Gentlelady yields. Whoever had the time yields back. The question occurs on the 4 amendments offered in bond.
This isn't even a political party anymore. This is just a collection of cowards and clowns. I just like, this is a breaking point for me. I'm sorry. I really don't know how to respond. Sometimes I do. Most times I just try, but these people are jokes and they're running our government into the ground. We have a recession incoming. My friends who are graduating right now are either not getting jobs or they had jobs and they're now having those offers rescinded because Donald Trump has destroyed the economy in a matter of weeks. And he's posting himself as the Pope, and Republicans are spending money by the tune of hundreds of millions on Trump's golf trips. Oh, at a certain point, you just kind of lose it. And that's what this is. I'm sorry. I want to give better commentary than this, but I am exhausted with this guy. And that's why we're going to call him out every single day. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video. And if you stuck around to the end, you can drop a blue heart in the comments. And until next time, hopefully I'll have my head on a little straighter next time. We'll see you soon.